trying to decide between 3-rings and integrated risers, here are the points to consider.
The 3-ring risers, you have the added benefit of being able to cut away very easily if you need to. The downside is you need to make sure before every jump that everything is assembled correctly and that nothing is wearing out or having the possibility of an accidental cutaway.
3-rings, you only need to find one handle and pull it. That's it. There's basically one step. So for simplicity and ease of access or ease of extrication, 3-rings win. Integrated risers, they're stronger than 3-rings. They have fewer possible failure modes, lower maintenance. Also, integrated risers are lighter and sleeker and more comfortable. The main disadvantage is that there's no quick release.
If you're in an emergency where your life is on the line, it doesn't matter how much anything costs. What matters is how quickly and efficiently you can get out of the situation.
If you need to cut something, risers are the best because you only have to find 3 things, 1 hook knife and 2 risers.
That's why risers make sense. Cut the risers, all 4 risers are cut, and you're out of there. Cut 2 risers at a time, 1 on each side, even faster.
If you are trying to cut slinks or lines, you need to find 5 things, 1 hook knife and 4 slinks or 4 line grooves. If your brake lines happen to be routed through the guide rings, 2 brake lines too,
Yep.
which brings it to 7.
In some situation where you're not trying to get out as fast as possible, you're trying to get out as cheaply as possible, then it does make sense to cut your slink. They're the cheapest thing to replace, but I'd say of those options, they're the hardest things to actually cut because they're bulky and they may not fit into your hook knife.
The other thing to take into consideration is the age and condition of your hook knife. Hook knives become worn and less effective very quickly. They become clogged with fibers, so if your hook knife isn't new or isn't in perfect condition, then it may not do its job well. If you happen to be jumping Squirrel equipment and you're jumping a Squirrel integrated riser harness and you cut your risers in an emergency situation, we replace the harness free of charge.